Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome to sunny London. To today, what will be a major announcement on the part jointly by both Ryanair and the Manchester Airport Group and London Stansted Airport. With me on my left, to make me look good, is Robin Kiley, who, as you know, is our head of communications. And joining on my right is Ken O'Toole, who is the Commercial Director, I think, for the Manchester Airport Group, and Andrew Harrison, who, for his sins, took a short hospital pass in Manchester and is now the Chief Executive of Stansted Airport. I'm apparently leading off, so I'm delighted to announce today that we've concluded a 10-year growth agreement with Stansted and the Manchester Airport Group. As usual, that agreement will put some onerous growth objectives for Ryanair, which we intend to meet over the next 5 and 10-year period, which will see us reverse all of the decline of traffic at Stansted over the last 7 years under the mismanagement of the BAA airport monopoly. We will also be adding, taking our traffic at Stansted from 13.2 million passengers in the last 12 months to over 20 million passengers during the period of this 10-year deal. In loose and simple terms, we undertake to grow our traffic in essence by an incremental million passengers a year each year for about the first 7 years of the agreement. Here's the growth in the traffic picture at Stansted over the last 7 years. The BAA, when our discount deal ran out in 2007, removed all of the discounts despite an undertaking in the agreement that they would be extended after 2007, although they weren't legally obliged to do so. As they doubled the airport charges for everybody at Stansted since 2007, traffic began to decline precipitously, falling from 23.8 million in 2007 to as little as 17.5 million. What was interesting is that over that 7-year period, Ryanair's market share at Stansted actually went up from 63% in 2007 to 75% in 2012, and that's because other airlines were taking capacity out of Stansted even faster than we were. I'm delighted, though, to put all that behind us today. We actively campaigned for the breakup of the BAA monopoly. We also were interested in being a bidder for Stansted, although our friends at the Competition Commission were seen to be very happy to exclude us from to allow the BA to exclude us from the competition. Nevertheless, Manchester Airport Group successfully bid and acquired Stansted. I think the deal was closed when? February. And I think it's indicative of the new regime, both at Stansted and indeed within Manchester Airport Group, that within a period of 6 months of MAG taking over, they're signing up a new and very aggressive and very dramatic 10-year growth deal with Ryanair. Under the terms of the deal, Manchester offer us lower costs and have promised to develop more efficient facilities for us at Stansted, although the deal requires them to spend very little in the short term. As we grow the number of routes, the number of passengers, and add more based aircraft there, they've undertaken, if we need some additional facilities there, they'll put some low-cost additional facilities in place. We, in our turn, therefore, have agreed, in order to achieve these lower costs, we have to meet very aggressive traffic growth figures. And as we hit each new milestone, rising from 13.2 million to over 20 million passengers over the first 5 to 7 years, our average costs will fall. The deal itself will represent this growth. If we deliver it at Stansted, will account for almost a quarter of our 5-year growth plans up to 2019. So it'll take, Stansted could take potentially, in terms of capacity, up to 30 of the 175 new aircraft we've recently announced, although they won't all be based in Stansted. Many will be based at other outer-lying airports and will fly into Stansted first thing in the morning. I think that's one of the key features of the agreement we've reached working with Ryanair with Stansted. Is clear they don't just want everybody, us to bang another 20 or 30 aircraft into Stansted overnight and everybody disappears first thing in the morning. They want us to balance our growth so that they're getting flights and passengers throughout the day. We already have 37 aircraft based in Stansted. A lot of this growth and the agreement is predicated on us increasing the efficiency of Stansted by operating a lot of inbound aircraft into Stansted. So when the first wave go out, there's a first wave of Ryanair aircraft arriving back in there. And that helps Stansted Airport, Andrew and his team, to level out the kind of the very peaky nature of the traffic in the terminal building at Stansted at the moment, smooth it out across the day, while also committing us to adding frequencies on those routes where we reduced frequencies in recent years, but also to add new routes. And today, as part of this agreement, we're announcing 4 new routes, some of which will start this winter and next summer, from Stansted with daily services to Bordeaux, Dortmund, Lisbon and Rabat in Morocco, one of our growing winter sun destinations. Ryanair is as I said, we expect to grow over the 7 years, at least the first 7 years of this agreement, from 13.2 million to over 14.5 million in the first year, but to over 20 million within years 5 to 7. Ryanair is already the largest airline in Stansted, and the fact that we're responding here with such aggressive growth in return for lower cost and efficient facilities shows, I think, or vindicates the decision of the UK authorities to break up the BA monopoly and allow competition or the partnership of Ryanair and MAG to deliver this kind of aggressive traffic growth at Stansted. This growth can only be delivered on the back of much lower airfares. Ryanair is the airline that can deliver those low airfares, and Stansted, now freed from the BAA and under the more forward-looking management of the Manchester Airport Group, I think will work with us to help us to deliver efficient facilities and lower fares. Summary, we're wonderful. We think Stansted is wonderful. Manchester Airport Group is wonderful. I can feel the love emanating all over the room, and we're celebrating with another seat sale, 15 quid. Book it before midnight on, I think that's Thursday this week, and you can travel in October, November and December, hopefully from Stansted.